Hi everyone, welcome back to the C Morning Show. We're almost at the halfway point of our program and it's time for our first discussion of the day. And as you know, climate change affects all of us in the entire world and it prompts action from many of us. So we can actually also do our part by reducing emission, by planting trees, and start using electric cars and motorcycles. And as well, if you don't want to do any of that, you can just take public transportation, right?
Yes, we all can contribute to help curb the climate change, but concrete actions are also needed. And our guest today, Pak Eko Purnomowidi, is certainly doing his part. He is a coffee farmer and co-founder of Tanah Air Semesta, and his community has planted more than 150,000 trees, aside from implementing other programs which contribute in the fight against climate change. Hello, Pa. Thank you, Pak Eko, for coming to our studio. Yes, good morning.
Thank you for having me.
Yes.
For having us. I'm only representing Tanah Air Semesta.
Yes, it is our pleasure. So your community has known for several programs, one of them like reforestation, as well as very active in campaigning how we can, all generations can help to mitigate climate change. Can you tell us more about your community?
We realize that we are now in the climate crisis, right?
Yes.
And then we only have two choices. If your environment is getting warm, your air getting warm, your water getting dirty, pollution everywhere, you only have two choices. You move or you fix. Once, for us that we don't have an access for the economic access, for those who don't have many choices, the only choices is fix the environment. We cannot move. We have no money to move our house somewhere there. And that's the main idea. So then if you pick the second one, if you move, we are living in the one planet, right?
Yes.
Of course.
If you move and the heat coming also to your new places, and then you don't fix it, and then you will move and move and
It's
move.
a cycle. It'll
It's a
just keep
cycle.
going.
Yes. We cannot just escape from the impact of
We
the
cannot escape.
climate change. Yes.
We cannot escape, unfortunately, we cannot escape anymore.
And I mean, it doesn't really solve the problem, does it?
Yes.
You're not solving a problem just by leaving the damage and then just finding a new place where you're going to cause more damage.
Yeah. And then we don't have places also at the end of the day. We don't have place to move.
So under this initiative, one of the things that we can fix is our forests. And you've done this through reforestation. Now, everybody hears about deforestation all the time. We're losing so much trees throughout these past years. But your community has planted more than 150,000 trees. And this is actually, I was thinking like this probably took place over 10 years. This actually took place on a span of 2 years, 2021 to 2023. Can you tell us more about this reforestation program?
It starts with our background. Before we planting the trees, it's already 20 years.
Okay.
But as a community.
I see.
So then slowly we plant. Until there is one time, there is a forest fire in Malabar on 2019. Like just before the pandemic. Yes,
right.
that time. Then usually we do everything ourselves. We don't asking people, we don't ask help. We just fix, we do it ourselves.
Self-reliant.
Because we have all the team, all the community, all the coffee farmers, we are get used to planting trees, to have the methodology, something like that.
Okay.
But the time our friends from Jakarta like, hey, maybe it's time for you to open. Like, maybe there's a lot of people who don't have, good people, who don't have access
Right.
to do good things.
They don't know what to do. They don't know where to go. Right.
And then suddenly our friends start collecting fund, that small fund, after when Malabar Forest, we start collecting the fund, and then we planting the trees.
We can do more.
Then after that we do more.
Yes.
Like 150,000 trees is quite a large number, but is it enough? I mean, what does that compare, because I don't know the numbers, how does that compare with the number of trees that we have lost or we are losing or we are continuing to lose, and in your efforts to be able to reforest them?
Number is not important.
Okay.
So the important thing is if you plant the trees, you have to make sure that this trees is alive. So reforestation is not for one year. You buy it from the nursery and then you planting and then
It takes time, right, for the
yeah,
trees
and
to
then
grow.
you take pictures, something
Right.
like that.
Yeah.
It will not work.
Okay.
You need to know there are four stages.
Okay.
So you need to have like a community assessment,
Yes.
the mapping. So it's 8% of the whole reforestation.
Okay.
So 8% you need to mapping.
Okay.
The area, the
Areas that you
valley,
need to
yes,
reforest.
yes.
Gotcha.
It's critical or not. And then you need to know that the community is understand. Because you cannot planting or reforestation, planting tree without the community. It's impossible.
Of course. Of course.
Because it's for 3 years. After that, we go to the nursery. Right? Nursery is 32%.
Okay.
The nursery is also important. Because of this nursery, we have a workshop with the farmer
Yes.
with the farmer that already feeling that our environment damaged.
Yes.
So it's like an educational workshop.
Yeah, then we have workshop together because what? There is so many trees. We call it endemic, like native trees.
Yes,
From
to Indonesia, right?
yeah,
Yes.
Indonesia native trees. Then we forget how to make the nursery.
I see.
So we make the workshops for everybody to understand together, also for us to understand how is mahogany, how is avocado, how is durian, how is jackfruits.
Because everything grows differently.
Yeah,
Everything
yeah, yeah.
requires
Everything
different treatment. And
treat differently.
Yes.
And then we need to learn from the scratch. It's 32%.
Yes.
Then we coming to the planting. Planting is around 17% only.
and that's the final stage.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Actually, no. No. Planting the trees is you cannot do every day, every time, and everywhere. You can't. If you do this on the dry season, it will be failed.
Oh, right.
Okay.
So
There's a certain-
the idea is you better plant the trees every day. Is wrong.
Okay.
And if there is people who do conservation still teaching or sharing to the public that planting trees should be every day is wrong.
Okay.
Because planting trees in the dry season, mortality is very high.
It'll be wasted effort.
Yeah, it's waste. It's waste.
I see.
So it's 17% only. You can plant only on the rainy season between December to March.
It's a small window.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it's like peak and down, something like that.
See, I didn't even know that, by the way. There you go. Very
We
important.
didn't know that, so we need to share
Yeah.
this information. I saw like a lot of interesting activities you have organized through Tanah Air Semesta, and then I saw like coffee chains involved in the campaign, and then students. Can you tell us more about all the activities that we can take part through Tanah Air
Let me
Semesta?
explain you
Yes.
the last methodology.
Yes.
It's a maintenance.
Yes.
Yes.
Maintenance we need 3 years.
Okay.
That's why we need community.
Okay.
It's content 43%.
Wow.
So the highest
The
is
biggest part.
Yeah.
Yes.
We have our experience that we plant avocado in some mountains, and then we make a mistake because the avocado is still there, and then the primate, the monkey, take all this.
Oh,
wow,
you
okay.
cannot harvest them.
Yeah. So we need to replanting.
Right.
see.
You have to do it all over again.
Yeah, but because every trees we have the GPS tagging,
Okay.
so we know that we understand why. So that's like a school, right?
Oh, you like monitoring the
Yeah, like
tree-
monitoring
trees
with
growth?
with
Right.
tagging everything.
Yes.
And then slowly we realize that we cannot do this not only with community, but we cannot do this for a very long period of time because we are getting old.
Well, that's one of the reasons
We
that
need to have a
New generation,
new generation to
Right.
understand we are living in one planet,
Yes.
and to increase the self awareness
Yes.
from very young,
Okay.
and not blaming other people,
Right.
something like that.
and
It's,
just paying it forward, the information and the knowledge, so that
Yes.
the future generations can carry
Yes,
this on
yes.
as well. Now, I'm very curious to know, because you did say the first part of it, 8% of it involved kind of like mapping it out. What are some of the factors that you consider when you choose a place to reforest or to plant? You mentioned that in some areas may be critical. What would define some of the factors, or what would be critical?
It should came from the community,
Okay.
right? And it should minimum 5 hectares area.
Okay.
If you have like less than that, you cannot prove on the map, on the satellite.
Yes.
That's very difficult.
Too small.
If too small, we do ourselves. But as a community, at least 5 hectares minimum.
Minimum.
One community, we talk together, we understand, and then we go to the peak of the mountains, because Indonesia have a culture of hutan larangan,
Yes.
hutan tutupan, and baladahan. We have all this culture. Where is the Pertiwi? Pertiwi is like a spring, a water source.
Yes.
Yes.
The main one is, we call it Pertiwi. So we need to understand where we are, navigations, from where this water coming.
To be able to support the ecosystem that you're going
to
build.
be able
Right.
to support the ecosystem.
Makes sense.
What are the challenges you face in the reforestation?
Especially when it comes to communities.
Challenges is ourselves.
Oh,
It's like if we don't have a self-awareness that the air, the water, we are still living from the air and the water, and they pay our life. The winds also. So that's the biggest challenge.
Okay.
Because now if the water, you don't have drinking water because of the modernizations, then people can buy from the stores.
Yeah. And they come in plastic bottles, by the way. It's not
a
great.
solution.
Not a great solution at all. We talked a little bit about the future generation, education. So Tanah Air Semesta also is providing or doing environmental schooling programs. Is that correct, for village
Yes,
children?
yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about that and what it involves?
or
What sort of-
city students maybe can
Yeah.
live in there? I don't
Because
know.
we are in the village,
Yes.
so as villagers coming.
Yes.
So villagers coming, the kids is finally we classified 8 years to 14 years
Okay.
as a young kids.
That's the age group, okay?
Yeah, they play around, and then we start sharing the culture, the traditional dance, and then
daughter.
planting the trees,
Oh.
and then also respect to the earth from where you are, something like that. But at the 18 to the 26, that's different.
Okay.
So this age is for the reforestation.
I see.
So they are learning the reforestation, how to make the nursery, and mapping, going to the mountains by playing, and then we teach them how to mapping, taking the GPS, and then
More like hands-on
and
experience.
also coffee, because we are in the coffee. So coffee farming, how is agroforestry, how to make the seedling of the coffee, things like that.
Okay. And this would hopefully plant some seeds, so to speak, for the future generation to be able to continue this work as volunteers or as
Yeah.
part of the community, right?
We are not big, but we have like already 3 generations.
Really? Okay.
And it's only for the villagers, can like outsiders join the program?
Because we do this without if we have
Funding or assistance?
if we have funding or we don't have funding, we need to run all this.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, so speaking of funding, have you ever proposed Tanah Air Semesta to work alongside regional governments? Because we do know that regional governments in specific areas are very concerned about how their climate change is affecting their particular areas and their crops and things of that sort.
Yeah, government help a lot, right, on many sides. But for funding, we have like from Rainforest Alliance and Estee Lauder. Estee Lauder is for the woman for change. So it's like we have a schools, we have a reforestation. Let's see from Rainforest Alliance, like 150,000 trees. And then we have like local, it's like Tuku and Beragam.
Yes.
Yes.
Tuku is Beragam, planting like 1,000 trees. Something like that, and then Hejo is a new coffee. They will set up in Amsterdam. They already planting 1,000 trees. Before they set up the Indonesian coffee shop in Amsterdam, they planting trees first.
That's amazing.
And then Climate Reality, already 250,000 trees,
Yes.
something like that. So when we have a site, then we have a media for teenagers to learn.
Yes.
If you don't have site, or you don't have funding of this reforestation, we don't have a school.
Yes.
So it works both ways. Not only are you helping to reforest, but you're using that as a learning platform as well. That is
So
great.
it's like after our office hours,
Right.
we teach all the kids.
So
Great.
this is also empowering for the villagers and the locals, right?
Yeah, we need to do these things holistics, like the mothers, the kids, and us, and environments. So we have a principle that we as a social,
Okay.
those plants, animals, and forests, that's environments. So we only have these two, and we need to learn that we are part of the biggest of the environments.
That's right.
But we are social. We are very complicated.
Yeah.
We are part of the environment.
So what's
agree.
next for Tanah Air Semesta?
Next, we continue planting the trees because our nursery is for 50,000 trees per year.
Okay. And that's your target that you set, for example, this year?
Yeah, that's our capacity, and then we continue.
Okay.
This year we start assess like the coffee farmers in Flores, in Bajawa, for 2 years, and then we continue the woman for change in Gunung Kidul, ya, Jogja,
Yes.
right? And then Kasepuan Karang in Banten, Salatiga in Cagar Pangan, and in Limbangan.
So you also help other areas to build such sites and then start their own reforestation program as well?
Yes, because we are living in one planet.
Yes.
There you go. So Tanah Air Semesta, if you guys want to find out more, there's an Instagram account where you can find out more about the community and their efforts as well under @Tanah Air Semesta. And Pak Eko, thank you so much for sharing with us. It's been
Thank
great.
you for having
We were
us.
reading through all of the information you were given in regards to all the different stages that you explained. I didn't understand it fully until you fully explained it, but it's great. It's great to know that you can use this platform not only as because if you just had to plant one tree at a time just to reforest, it would take forever. We would never get it done. But using that as a learning platform to transfer this valuable knowledge to the younger generation really serves as it's doing double the work. And I think it's a great effort. I'm sure we all appreciate
Yes.
it. Thank you so much, Paiko, for joining us.
Pleasure, thank
Good luck
you.
with Tanah Air Semesta for this coming year as well.
Yeah. Thank you for having us.
All right, we're going to take a short break here on the C Morning Show, but in case you did join us late, we've got world news for you coming up next, so stay tuned. We'll be right back after this.